that use fiat currency as a store of value. We call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. The superior asset, it's going up forevermore. Forever.
Right, but we can all look Bitcoin sort of as
forevermore. People that use fiat currency as a store of value, we call them poor. We call them poor. People that use fiat currency, we call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. We call them poor. There's a name for them. We call them poor. 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 We call them poor.
Constitutes, the worst week in 7 months. You know the getting has been very good, and some consolidation was perhaps to be expected. In the time since, market behavior is encouraging. In textbook fashion, the 50-day moving average was tested and held. I'd argue the technical setup is better today than it was a few weeks back. Feel the same way?
Yeah, I do, actually. The S&P 500 is up 36% from the April 8th lows, Liberation Day. We're up 16% to date. We were supposed to have volatility in September and October. Instead, we had 3%.
Yes, man. What is going on? What is going on? How you guys doing? Gerald Peters, welcome back to the Money Flow, man, and the Peters Report. What's up, Robert? What's up, James, Alex, Kendall? Man, I hope everybody's doing well. We this got a little bit here of yesterday's what was it, market wrap? Is it lunch wrap? What was this show called? So I wanted to show you some of Josh Brown here's. Of course, they're fixing to be blasting some stuff. This is the halftime report from yesterday. He's going to get into a couple things that I wanted to kind of go over with you. But let's, man, money, power, and opportunity. I wrote a little thing about this. I sent out an email. This was a while back, or not that far back, but here. What's up, man? What's up? What's up? So not showing them. We got a little bit of a delay, man. So if it keeps on, I'm going to have to cut this short. Try to come back in a little while. What's up, Robert? Appreciate you, man. We got Robert coming in. See, there's this time delay, man. It's going to drive me crazy. Take that down. Appears to be working. And in this, it was 4 different emails, short emails, and it was talking about money, power, and opportunity, that the world within. Part 1, world within. Here's the truth. Nobody tells you. Money, power, and opportunity all follow the same law. Like attracts like. The rich get richer, the strong get stronger, and the ones who think small keep shrinking. That's not luck. That's mindset. What's up, Instagram? Your life is nothing more than a mirror of your predominant thoughts. What you think, you attract. What you expect, you create. Change your attitude, change your world. It sounds simple because it is, but most people never do it. Example, how you size your trades, how you manage risk, how you hold your winners, how you panic out of losers. It all starts in the mind. If you didn't receive that letter, man, click that QR code. Come on, get on the Substack list. You can get on there, and if at any time you need something to look at, you can always go over to the petersreport.com, and that's my PDF of my trade log each week. Let me put this on here. And there we go. Let me pull.
Growth in September, 2% growth in October. November is our volatile month. High expectations, right? Volatility is expected when you have this kind of expectation level. That being said, the economy is growing at 4%. It is not all AI. It is also supported by some parts of the consumer, which is hanging in, especially the high end.
Tiny.
High
Some
end
part
is the
tiny.
bulk.
Like,
High
which
end
part?
is the high end is the bulk.
Let me see if I can see through which part.
Stop. Okay, so we're going to get to the consumer in a little bit, but the consumer's hanging in because they do have jobs and wages. Inflation is down, all of that. That also being said, productivity growth is running up 3%.
3%.
We haven't seen 3% productivity growth, Scott, and I don't even know how long. That is very, very bullish, not only for productivity itself, but also inflation. And the Fed is cutting. We don't know how much more they're going to cut, but they're cutting. QT is ending. Earnings are growing 12.3%. Historical average is 5%. Revenues are growing 8%. Historical average is 5%. So things are pretty good. We should be up this much. We should have rallied from the lows. But I think seasonality plays a very big, important part right now. Between now and the end of the year, on average, fourth quarter grows 8.5% cumulatively. You want to be long. You want to be buying the dips. And that's what I was doing last week.
All right.
How's that?
That was pretty good.
How is that?
Mic drop. Is she dead on?
Well, for sure, the market has very
That's Joe
strong
Terranova.
tailwinds.
Say his
It's
name
had
right,
these
Terranova. What's up,
tailwinds
Instagram,
ranging
man?
From
What's up, Instagram? We're gonna look at some stocks here. We're gonna pull up. Let's pull up Apple. Now the ticker symbol is AAPL, and as a lot of you probably know, man, this isn't working, is it? I didn't see that my internet connection was this slow. Hey, Gerald, I want to say thank you, man, for. Let's see, it's not even showing these things. Max Montana said, hey, Gerald, just want to say thank you, man, for everything you do. Hey, I appreciate that, man. I do try to do a little bit, try to help you out, try to get you in the right stocks, and try to give you a workable, repeatable, tradable strategy that even if you're on Instagram, you can do it, man. This right here is Apple, and Apple is it's almost 1 o'clock Central Time, but Apple's trading at an all-time high right here. It's trading at $275.28. The RSI is 71. You can trim this. And by RSI, I mean this right here. So this is stockcharts.com. I like stock charts. The cool thing about stock charts is if you trade with me, if you trade with me, boom, boom, we both use stock charts. You can see my folders and stuff. Not all of them, but a lot of them. FRSH, what I've been calling fresh. I don't know how they say it, is looking good still. I believe fair value is around $27. Absolutely. So these are some of these AI plays. And I just sent out an email. For the what's up, Steven? Hope you're doing well, brother. What did I send it out for? Let's see. Right here. So if you're on the email list for the Peters Report, I just sent out one talking about Warren Buffett's real fortune was built after the age of 65. The power of staying invested. And if you're on the premium,
Yes. Hey guys, Gerald Peters. Welcome to the Peters Report, our Substack edition. Hey, and don't forget the petersreport.com is always a PDF.
Man,
Just
I
simply
think that's
type
just
in.
cool as hell that it can have me read it. Yeah, so I think that's cool, man. If you don't have it, get on it. I try to put out 3 good swing trades a week. If I don't put one out, I just didn't think there was one worth taking. And sometimes that's the way it is, man. Back to this Apple chart, as we look at this Apple chart and we click to annotate on the charts, I like to draw on them. Whenever I see that 71, it's time to draw it, man. Boom. Right? And if you notice, we kind of hit this before last week. So you're kind of building this little box right here. So we're building this little box, and we teach this inside the money flow. These are part of a stage, but a box has to have 4 bars to be considered a box, much like a table needs to have 4 sides. It could have 3. And there are times when you can do 3, but these parts tend to be, let's say that's the 3. Let's say this is your stage 1. Let's say this is your stage 1. Okay. And let's say this is price moving, it's moving up, it's moving down, it's moving up, it's moving down. So you get price all through this box, and then it breaks out and runs. And you know how it runs, man. It goes up, and then it comes back to 20, and it goes up, and then it comes back, and it goes up. And that is how markets climb. They don't go straight up, man. We're having trouble on the Instagram. We're having trouble. Let's end the Instagram, man. We'll bring it back later in Instagram. Maybe that was the problem. Hopefully that helps.
Being accommodative to the degree of which we haven't seen in decades, disinflationary trends in the earnings growth. Maybe the earnings growth for 2026 is a little bit aggressive. We've had 4 consecutive quarters of double-digit revenue growth. You haven't seen that since 21, and now we're going to get double-digit revenue growth again. I'm not necessarily sure that we do that, or
man. So what these guys are talking about, they're anticipating a comeback.
Everyone's going to chase.
A lot of
We've talked
people
about that.
think that there's an AI bubble. I don't believe that at all.
Secondarily, it's a technology story.
Yeah.
And
people
what do you
throwing
do?
out the word bubble just because they didn't get in the trade, man. The people talking about that shit, they're not in the trade, okay? So they need to talk it down. So what, we're kind of seeing that now. I write in the letter today that I think the market's going wider now. The breadth of the market is not